So how'd you get asked to do this show?
Well, I heard that Elvis wanted me to do it, and you know, even if it had just been him in the show, then I would have done it anyways. But I'm also a huge Renee Fleming fan. I'm a big opera fan in general, so that was sort of an added perk. And you know, I think there's so few great music shows on television now that it's important, you know, when you discover one, you do it, because it's a few and far between type of experience.
What are some of the stuff you listened to as a kid, do you think, that might have resonated a little bit, that stuck with you? Like, what's the stuff you grew up listening to?
Well, I mean, I grew up, both of my parents are musicians, Kate McGarrigle and Loudon Wainwright is my dad. So I grew up going to a lot of their shows and listening to a lot of their records, which were great. But then also the Beatles and then Judy Garland at one point. And then at a certain point when I was 14, I had this major convergence to opera. I became a serious opera fanatic. So that kind of took over in my teenage years.
So what was it like, you know, when Renee came out tonight, if you're such a fan? I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've met her several times, and she's so down to earth and easy to work with, and not at all that kind of, you know, cookie cutter version of a diva, which does exist. It's alive and well, but she's so opposite to that. She's so warm and generous and confident, and it's a just extreme pleasure.
Cool. Did you listen to Elvis at all as a kid?
Yeah, no, I listened to Elvis, and I, you know, definitely went to see him a few times and when I could, and it was always very exciting. It's amazing how he's been able to sort of uphold his career to such a high standard for so long without really, you know, giving anything up, so it was great.
How about the Apollo here? Have you been here before?
I've been here, I went here once, I came here once before to see Margaret Cho, which was really fun. It was during the Republican convention a few years ago, and it was, well, needless to say, it didn't work. But yeah, no, that was the only other time I'd been here. So the last time was quite raucous.
So what was it like, your first experience walking on the Apollo stage? Anything? I mean.
No, it's amazing. But I've played so many great theaters, whether it's Carnegie Hall or the Palladium or the Hollywood Bowl, and you do feel something when you get up there. But on the other hand, you really want to. I think it's more when you're performing that the magic arises. You know, especially in this situation tonight, because we all kind of got it together by the seat of our pants, pretty late minute, which is great. You know, we kind of worked on it. The stage became, you know, a rehearsal room, which maybe only the Apollo could handle. You got more in the right one than in the left, or is the right one? Or
what's that like, coming out with your mom and playing music with your mom?
Well, I've done it all my life, so it's kind of second nature, and it's a great honor and privilege. I mean, I cannot stress enough how much it's helped me in my career and gave me a leg up when I began in music, because especially in these days with the industry how it is, you need every little bit you can get, and she gave me a lot when I was very young, so I'm very eternally indebted to her.
Oh no, but that's
Okay.
If there's okay.
There's a weird change.
I mean, is it kind of fun? You guys are going back and forth a little bit with each other. You're like, yeah, Mom, played an A, or like, what? I mean, after a while, it's got.
Yeah, there's a bit of a dog and pony show, for sure, with my mom and I, and then when you get my sister Martha in, and then my dad, and my other sister Lucy, I mean, it all kind of multiplies in insanity. So, but that's a good thing. We're very lucky to be able to have that.
Very cool. One last question: how important is it to have a show like this for fans of music, for musicians, where it's not just like come and talk about your album, do a quick single, and then get out of here? You're gonna sit down and chat.
It's wildly important. I mean, in England, they have 2 or 3 shows like this. In fact, during the summer, they cover all the music festivals and they air them live on the major networks, and they even repeat them all summer, and they love their music over there. And in America, it's the complete opposite. It's bone dry in terms of music, television, and what it has to offer, and that has to change, because it's, I don't know, it's It is the most beautiful art forms, I think, music, and I'm pretty sure that everybody would agree with me.